It is the Champions League weekend. Why are you not happy? It's the Champions League weekend.
No, Yazi. Not that I'm not happy. I'm just thinking, I'm processing what you're saying. Okay, continue. No, but I'm just processing.
I only said it is Champions League weekend.
And then you say why I'm not happy. Okay, it's Champions League weekend.
And
no.
it's exciting.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Why are you not excited?
Not all South African teams are in the Champions League.
I'm getting, but there is Mamelodi Sundowns, there is Kaizer Chiefs. It's exciting. There is Stellenbosch. Yabo. So, while we have Confederation. But sanibonani Dumelang molweni sinibingelele qala sinibingelelanga. Welcome to My Views, My Expressions. And this is the show, a beautiful show where we talk everything about soccer, particularly African or South African soccer if you want. Elami gama usiboniso Sizo owakomnikathi Sibongo lo Ntswembu nawe yazi. Shaya ezinye impahla. And I'm not by myself, I'm with the plumber of notes, Coach Kila Mpela. Welcome.
Yadla futhi plumber. Kade ngagcina mfowethu uyadla plumber.
Nah, we good. Last time we had Umsai. What was the game going? Was it the game of Mamelodi Sundowns? We had Umsai Bulls. After a long time, because now this guy is like no kulumana.
Yeah, he's back by popular demand.
Yeah. But let us get straight to it. We just have about 3 things that I want us to talk about today. Though that's a long overdue. CAF Awards. The ruling of CAF in the case, Orlando Pirates and Lupopo. And the game that we witnessed today, MC Alger and Al Hilal. And the game that we're going to watch tomorrow, Mamelodi Sundowns ne Lupopo. And also Kaizer Chiefs, and we're also going to talk about the Stellenbosch CAF Confederation. But let us start here. CAF Awards. And the people that got the awards. And the people that were there but didn't get the awards. Okay, maybe one more.
I think my awards, for me, they were fair. They were awards that was just simple and straightforward. They didn't have any contention. Most of them, like Player of the Year, Hakim, because here in Africa it's Hakim, it's Salah, it's Osimhen, and then Hakim has been, before the injury, Hakim is just above everybody here in Africa. And also
before we go to also, how does that award works? Because that's a very talking point, which confuses a lot of people.
There's nothing
It's confusing. A CAF award.
Yeah, it's a CAF award.
The expectation is that we are looking at the people who are playing CAF Champions League and who have played AFCON. Or what are we looking for?
Don't complicate it.
Yeah.
It's different.
Okay.
It's categorized into 2.
Yes.
Player of the Year, African-based player. African Player of the Year, the one that is based abroad. So it's simple. It has always been like that. So don't complicate it.
Layout African-based, but interclub.
Yes, interclub. Yes, the one for African.
Interclub.
Yes, but the other one, the African player, it's the one that plays overseas. It has always been like that.
No, it shouldn't be like that.
Okay.
At the nomination, a CAF Player of the Year, we should also be able to see if there is a player that is playing intercontinental, that is playing very well, can also be nominated there. So much, normal 7 issues you play to
abroad,
or European.
Abroad, yeah.
Because it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, no, I get you, but it's just that the format that
it's a norm now.
Yeah, it's a norm that they've been using. We always know that, okay, we need to have, because this thing has been happening for a long time. Tropas, Eto'os, all these players, they've always been like that. Sadio Mane and to this generation, it has always been like that. So if you want to change it, they may change it. Maybe, yeah, they may change it. But yeah, I doubt those things, they hardly change. They change after a long time, those things.
Well, they gave it to Hakim.
Well deserved. No stories.
Okay, Aikulumis. And then Women's African Footballer of the Year.
Nigerian.
Chibak, that's Morocco.
Hey, you see this thing of awards in Morocco, because Morocco is getting everything.
No, they deserve them.
Yeah, I'm going there.
Even under 17, under 20,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, they're serious about football. They spent so much money. They invested in football from grassroots. The facilities there, they are top notch.
Yeah.
The administration there, it's top notch. Because even now, even the reigning quarter finalist, for the first time, we're seeing an African team, because it tells you about the investment that they are doing. All the stages, it's women, it's top. Men, it's top. National teams, top. Interclubs, okay, not that much, but obvious they are top than any other. Okay, not any other besides Egypt and Lukozan and maybe Tunisia, but they are top. Morocco is top. Their national team, I think they have the longest winning streak or unbeaten and winning streak.
Is it
international?
24?
Yes, international. So it tells you. So the only time they lost, it was us that were beating them. Even.
But you talk about us, and you talk about the investment that you're saying in Morocco. The financial statistics says that Tina, we have more financial muscles than.
But Tina, we
in
have
Morocco.
poor administration and poor planning here in South Africa, as opposed to Morocco. That's a difference. Leadership. That's where we're failing. We're failing on leadership.
We do have
we're failing on
financial circumstances, but
yeah,
the willing.
Yeah, there is no cooperation. SAFA is just standing on their own. PSL is standing on their own. The leagues these lower division leagues, they are on their own. There is no top-down approach. Technical director, we don't even have a technical director that needs to be channeling those things. Since they fired Walter Steenbok, there have been no technical director till today. Maybe it's more than 7-8 months, it was close to a year. So those are the things, as I've said, it's administration, it's leadership. So those things, they contribute, because now they playing, even when I'm making an example, when they play there, they play one system, under 17, under 8, under 20, under 23s, and it's one and the same thing. The chain, they always perform. The players, they integrate them. So there is a streamline. You can see the players, you can track the players. Unlike here in South Africa, you can't track the players from under 17. It's rare. There are rare cases about Tebogo, and other than that, they get lost somehow, somewhere, because the way we manage things here, it's not proper. Because
and the relationship between PSL and SAFA.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Another thing, even on the national teams alone, Hugo Broos should be visiting the games of ECOSAF. Hugo Broos should also be visiting the games of Bafana Lega Mlifenseg Chen. Coach Umtag. The problem, there are no permanent coaches for under 17, for Machimbosi, for Amachita, for Amaklukluku, for the national team, because all these coaches, they should be, you don't even know the coach of Amaklukluku. You don't even know when was the last time they've said to Amaklukluku.
They change the name or something.
They are still under 23. They are still under 23, but they are nowhere to be. So those things, if you go to Morocco, everything, they know. They are employed on full-time basis. Unlike here in South Africa, it's only coach. Even go to women's side, there is no coach there.
Yeah.
So we have serious crisis. Yeah, because
contracts.
apparently we don't have money. Come on, somebody.
No, let's move on. I don't want this to be about maybe bashing Safa because
No,
we spoke
I'm
about
not
Safa.
bashing Safa.
No, I'm saying this
stating the
because
facts as opposed to because I'm
in
triggered
Morocco.
by what's
Yeah.
happening in Morocco.
I'm saying the bashing of Safa because even last time when I spoke with Usipho, he has a lot to say about Safa, including the gentleman, 3-point, you know. But let's move forward. Men's Club of the Year.
That one is obvious. The team that won Champions League should be taking there. No stories.
But what about the team that won the CAF Confederation?
The CAF Champions League is...
And the Super League, I think.
CAF Champions League, it's superior than the CAF Confederation Cup. No stories there.
Okay. Pyramids. Yo, that team traumatized South Africa. They started with the Mnyama Ngenkani, Mayela, and they went to
Deservingly.
Mamelodi Sundowns. Men's Coach of the Year. Who is that?
I think it should be the one that won the...
AFCON.
No, AFCON is just... We're having 2 years. That guy won, that guy. Should be the one that won the Champions League.
So it should be the Pyramids coach.
Yes.
Well...
Oh, I understand.
It's Bubiska
I understand.
from Cape Verde.
Cape Verde, you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Men's Coach of the Year.
Okay.
Coach of Cape Verde.
I thought it should be the coach that was coaching the national team, the under 20, the one that they won, under 17, that they won the World Cup, Brazil or then South America. For me, that one.
That's Morocco.
Yeah, that one, that coach deserved the coach of the Kozan because he bring the gold in Africa.
A women's national team of the year.
Nigeria.
Yeah.
Oof. Yeah, they knocked us out. It's tough. They knocked us out.
And then men's national team of the year, Morocco under 20.
Yeah.
The one that you were talking about. Men's inter club player of the year.
Wow, come on, it goes without saying. The guy that was traumatizing all South African teams.
It's a celebration.
I don't know, but I must remember Petit Lokozane.
Oh my God. That's when I choose with chips. And then what happened there?
Saudi Arabia, but there's more money there. Last time I checked.
No longer in pyramid.
Last time I checked, they said, no, the guy is going to Saudi Arabia. Wara.
Ish. Women's goalkeeper of the year. Chiamaka Nadozi. Nigeria.
Yeah, so it goes hand in hand with their national team.
Men's goalkeeper of the year. Oof. We were hoping there. We were there saying, Ish.
Guys.
Ish.
Guys, we need to be serious.
No, we were serious.
Okay.
Come on. I've got South Africa's #1.
No, it didn't win anything. So
no, but I'm saying he was also nominated.
It got, nomination, but deserving.
Someone that was nominated with Ballon d'Or.
Yes, but previously he won everything. He cleaned
that year.
Sweep. So now we are on the different Lokoza. Now he has not been. If he won Champions League, maybe
Well, Morocco, Yassine took that one. Women's Young Player of the Year, again, from Morocco.
Yeah.
Doha El Medani.
Tasha Smith, our own Tasha Smith, just missed out there.
No, that's the women's. Oh, that's a women.
That's young.
Yeah.
That's young. No, I think
women
young player is only. Oh, there's young for women also.
And then men's Young Player of the Year. That's where Mvoga Smith comes in. And also that one went to Morocco. Yes. Goal of the year.
Yeah, that young guy, the one that was playing in Lokozane World Cup. That guy was scoring like nobody's business.
No, but the goal of the year then it went to Clement Mzize.
No, man, I'm still talking about this
young player
of the year, the one for maids. This one, I won't be surprised.
Sundowns will decide that one.
I won't be surprised if we see that guy on the bench
Premier
on
League.
AFCON. No. On
Now in AFCON.
Yeah.
But when I want to see him in Premier League.
Okay, Mena, what I've noticed, maybe if you have said maybe France, I will understand. There is no good relationship between Morocco and English Premiership, from what I've noticed, because of this Francophone and this English what. So there is no. Like
More often they take a player
Yeah.
from Esebuye, France.
Yeah.
Okay, fair point. And then we said the goal of the year goes to Clement Mzize.
Yeah.
It's Young Africa. Is he playing for Young Africa?
Yeah. It's Tanzania.
Yeah. Then women's referee of the year.
We don't care about the referees and stuff.
Wow.
Nah.
High full of cheating.
Nah.
Yeah, that's just
These
about
things, no,
it.
we don't know this.
That's
We
just
don't know
about
these
it.
lines.
Referees and assistant referees.
Nah.
But we also had our own.
Ukazobheda wena userious ufuna ukuthi abuke le job.
Come on, the guy has been consistent as far as African football is concerned.
Hey, the guy has always been controversial. You know, even Nigeria tried to file the complaint.
Against him.
So you can't be having those flies around you and then you also always claim that you are top. Nah, there's something fishy there.
Well, fast forward, the day after, there comes the issue of the case. So remember, Orlando Pirates had filed a case against Lupopo based on a number of issues. One, coach being on the bench, and some players alleging that those players were eligible to be there or to be on the sheet. And the behavior of the mighty Mokoko, who has now become a sensation in South Africa from Kaizer Chiefs and Mamelodi Sundowns fans, is probably a favorite, hence called to
George
the Lord.
Motlo.
I don't want to start there with that. But now, Lupopo also filed their complaint saying, Wutsi Nabo, they were denied access and not given accreditations for them to be able to enter. And then the mechanical engineering that takes place before the game, they said, hey, the ruling, how do you make of that ruling from ICAF?
Firstly, I understand what happened. Yes, I'm outside, but I understand what happened. It's very difficult to go to DRC and come. Also, you know, the players will tell you, even from long time ago, during Senzo Meyiwa's time, maybe during a long time ago, it's always difficult. I don't think there is a nation that is so difficult to go and play in, or a country where is so difficult to go play in beside Lokuzan.
Congo.
Congo. It's Congo followed by Tanzania. It's very difficult to go there because they will have all these dirty tricks that they do that are outside the game. Because you could see that Pirate was having a trouble there. There were no cell phones, no analyst, no video, nothing when they were beating that 3-0. And there were also these tactics where in the hotel they come with the spears and everything, and then they take you. And then they frustrate you that no, you won't win, they will kill you. You know, there are incidents, during the time of Lokuzan, Opitso Masemata. Go and do your research. Listen to these players when they are talking about DR Congo. There is no player that talks about anything that is good about DR Congo. Why all teams, they don't go there and then they come out alive. You hardly go there and come alive. That stadium is the hostile environment. It's always hot. Even the tactics. They beat the referees there. They beat the referees. There, the penalty is like Nigeria, similar to Nigeria. The penalty there is guaranteed when that team is playing home. So those dirty tricks, because sometimes the players will tell you that, hey, after that game we went straight from the ground. We didn't go to from dressing room straight to the bus, and then we went. Yes,
airport.
Yes.
Hotel.
Yes, because it's so difficult there. They have all these dirty tricks. So my point was, Pirates didn't have the footages and the videos because everything was scanned and then they were denied. Now they were having.
So they were denied to have their cell phones.
Yes. There were no cell phones there, no cameras there, nothing. So that's why things they penned up. So Pirate didn't have the footage to so that they can, because think about it, if Umoko can come to South Africa and do those dirty tricks even on the field, how much more?
Imagine,
what was happening there? Because there it was not about football, it was more about this thing that they are specializing on.
But we saw some video clips.
But they are less than 1 minute. All these video clips, they are less than 1 minute. There's no concrete evidence. You don't see the video from the stands. You don't see from the tunnel. You can't see anything. No dressing room, nothing, zero. So it's very difficult.
Probably there were chemicals that side.
Yes,
that's
my point. Here in South Africa, everything okay. Even Pirate, because Pirate is the one team here in South Africa that has a tendency of dirty tricks. Is number one. Pirates is number one of having.
So then,
yeah, in South Africa. No, Pirates will frustrate you and try to deny you the stadium, the securities.
If this team is doing the same thing, then but a taste of their own medicine.
Yeah, it's a taste of their own medicine, but there was no proof. Yes, there is a proof. That's why Pirate was fined for those things. That was the first part of the thing. Second part, you remember when I said there is no case. I've been trying to read, and then I told you that there is no case, and then they bashed me on the comments, saying, hey, if Sundowns went to a back door, why Pirate? Hey, hate. Here are the facts. Here are the facts now. What happened? And it is why I've said the best thing, it was maybe for CAF to find, and then I remember I even said, the draw has already been done, so there is no way that the CAF will start to Dukuza. And then I even said about this thing of ports, that a Pirate is a top 3 port, is in port 3, belongs to port 3,
and the others
belongs to port 4. So there is no way that they can change, because it will mess up everything. So that's it. Mena, I welcome the decision that has been done by CAF. Hard luck to what's the Dukuza Island of Pirate. They need to focus on the domestic Lukozana competitions, but I hope these other 3 teams that we have, they will reach Lukozana semi-final going forward. So about the e-rolling, I'm happy about it.
But
I expected it. What I didn't expect is the fine of this, the magic and chemical engineering. I didn't expect that one.
And it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
So all in all, it's 400,000 that Orlando Pirates needs to pay.
Yeah. Maybe even that one. I'm happy. Maybe Pirates will start to learn that these dirty tricks that they always doing, they are boring. They must just do away with the thing. Then they must.
But the fine is from CAF, not PSL.
I understand
so they can
that.
Still do it in PSL.
Yeah, but when they know that is a punishable offense, maybe they can try to withdraw, because at some point.
But that's still my point. It's a punishable offense. CAF, not in PSL.
Yes, not in PSL. But if it's reprimanded from the CAF, it can also influence them to reduce and or not to do it the way they do it, because they publicly do it. They don't care.
Yeah. Does that thing even work, or it's just a mind game?
It's part of mind games. It's part of mind games. But if you ask me here on the tournaments, you're playing in my tournament, Abu Kaba Cup, wherever, you take this, Zamatuan, Amucha Sebenza Baba. Sebenza. We are late first half, second half, we are late.
No, that's another discussion. I don't want to entertain that discussion. We'll see what I'm going to land. But where I'm trying to go now is I want to raise a conspiracy. So there's been some tension, as the fans are saying, as far as the Sundowns is concerned with PSL. They've been acknowledging some hostilities ukuthi mhlambe Sundowns miyodlala ama-game angahlehliswe kube nje dlala eseyitedium ezinjeya the reference decisions. There's been a number of those things. And then Orlando Pirates now on the other side, the CAF Champions League, things do not go their way as far as the cases that they've lodged are concerned. So do you think this thing, is it about Motsepe, Koza kind of issue going on? Or just in halabaloo from people?
No, I don't think it's about Koza and Mtsepe, because those two gentlemen, those two doctors, they are in good terms.
Yeah.
Because whenever, even SAFA too, whenever PSL have a problem, they don't have a sponsor, they don't have anyone to sponsor NFT, they go and tell Mtsepe. Whenever SAFA is having problems with not paying Banyana when their bonuses, they always go to Dr. Patrice. So I don't think the tension is between there's any tension between these
the clubs.
Between the two clubs.
Yeah.
So what Pirate does is just, it's something we can control. It's something that will always happen. It's something that will happen because these things, they will always happen. I will
keep
end
repeating
there.
that.
Yeah, I keep repeating that because now you know it. There are things that are so difficult that you can have a CEO that is acting for more than 10 years. So, there are spaces that you don't even need to go and tap to because the value will end up being on the receiving end. So, those things, they won't change. So, as you were saying, the punishable offense on CAF, on PSL. So, because come on, somebody. TTL came and spoke about these things. We know these things. So chill, Baba. We move. Hey?
Speaking about moving, let us move. We're going to cut this episode and then we'll see another episode where we're talking about the games or CAF games that are playing this weekend.